Hey everybody, it's Brittany Thornton, current national president. I am rerunning for national president again this year. So this is going to be my video answering the questions that the nominating committee has put forward for all the candidates. And I know you guys have a lot of these to watch through, so I'm going to just try and keep this pretty short and simple because I think most of you already know me. So the first question is, why am I running for this position? Having served as national president the last couple of years, I'm incredibly impressed with the work that the current board of directors has already accomplished. And so I'm motivated to continue this work. As national president, I'll remain in a position to make a significant impact on our organization's mission and goals. I can help set and guide the direction of OFIA, make decisions about how our resources are allocated, and ensure that we're meeting our responsibilities as a board to you guys, the members. And I also really deeply value how this position allows me to make a difference in the lives of many, primarily through the ability to set the National President's Project each year. The next question is, what are my strategic goals for this position? And this is a harder one for me to answer, mostly because the strategic goals is really a group effort that the entire board, comes together and discusses things and decides what we feel are important things to focus on as an organization. So it's not really any one person in any one position coming up with those. So I don't want to take credit, at least not sole credit, for the ideas that I'm going to talk about here, because they are certainly ones that we've come up with together as a board currently. But there are three specific ones that I want to kind of touch on and point out. The first is continue to build a sustainable organization. This is important for obvious reasons. If we're not sustainable, then Omega Phi Alpha, can't be around for generations to come. And that's certainly something that we want to have happen. Some of the ways that we can do this is setting a sustainable goal for expansions. We sort of realized last year when we had, I think, 5 potential new chapters happening kind of in the same year, that it gets a little bit crazy, it gets a little bit hectic, and it takes a lot of time and energy. And most importantly, we want to make sure that when we're bringing these new chapters into the organization, we're setting them up for success and we're able to offer them the ongoing continued support that we try to offer all of the current chapters, to make sure that they stay healthy and they have the support that they need, and they maintain membership levels that keep them going for years to go, as well as the organization as a whole. Also, continually increasing our membership. Our goal is to increase that by 15% year after year, because obviously without you guys and without our members, we don't have a sorority, we don't have an organization. Improving processes and procedures. This is a huge thing. If any of you have served as an officer in your chapter, then you, I think, can recognize the importance of this. And if you haven't, it might be hard to understand, but having these processes and procedures in place is extremely important to make sure that things are repeatable and replicable, and that there's not questions about how something is done, and it's laid out clearly. And then also, once we have these processes and procedures in place and written down, coming back to them and making sure that we're updating them as need be to keep them as efficient as possible. And then also continuing to brainstorm on alternative streams of revenue other than dues, because currently that's how the organization pays for everything, convention and the few paid positions that we have, and paying for our taxes and all of these types of things comes from that. So if we can come up with other creative ways to bring revenue into the organization outside of that, then that helps continue our sustainability as well. The second thing is increasing engagement of members at all stages of life. So whether they're potential new members, active members, or alumni, and new alumni and older alumni who've been away from the organization for a longer period of time. We really want to make sure that we're keeping people engaged. And one of the several ways that we could do that is convention and increasing the attendance at convention. Our goal is to have convention not just be something that, just those who are required, just the delegates who are required to be there are there, but we want it to be something that all members look forward to and want to attend and participate in, and can do so as well. So the ways that we do that is, setting up a schedule that requires minimal time off from work or class, choosing locations that are easily and cost effectively attainable to more members, developing a program that interests members of all different ages, and streamlining the business part of convention. Obviously, there's business that has to get done. There's legislation that has to happen. But the more we can streamline that, the more we can focus on other things like service and leadership and friendship and making connections and getting to know each other. And then the third thing out of those is having more of a hands-on service impact. So really just sort of focusing our service, bringing it back to hands-on things, sort of getting down and dirty and gritty, and kind of getting back to the roots of why we're all here in the first place, which is ultimately service. The next question is, what is the single most important or single most significant area for focus or improvement for this position, in my opinion? So that would be guiding processes and procedures that really set the next board leadership up for successful and easy transition. This has been one of the most difficult things in the past. Officer transition is not clear and the processes aren't replicable. And I've worked hard along with the other current board members to really encourage us putting pen to paper and getting ideas written down so that we aren't always having to reinvent the wheel. And then finally, fostering a sense of community through the board all the way down to potential new members. Really being a welcoming voice and increasing direct interaction and involvement between the board of directors and members. I think over the last couple of years, the current board and I have worked to really try and do that with you guys, get ourselves in front of you more often, let you know that, we're here for you. Obviously, for certain things, there is sort of this chain of command that has to happen, and not everything can come, directly to us. But we want it to, we don't want us to just be these names or faces that are sort of abstract and out in the oblivion of, national leadership. We want us to come across, as the real people that we are and the members that we are, and let you guys know and make sure that you understand that we're here to support you and be there for you in the way that you guys need. And then the last question is, what would success look like at the end of my term? And so really it's just all of these things coming to fruition. So continuous growth for the organization, more defined processes and procedures, more engaged members, and a high level of membership satisfaction. Like I said earlier, we're not an organization without you guys, without our members. So the more that we can engage you and bring new members in and make sure that, overall everyone is as satisfied as possible with their membership. We can't please everybody with everything, obviously, but doing the best that we can to make sure that we're providing the things and the support that you guys need, listening to the feedback that you give us and taking that into consideration as we create new strategic plans and new processes and plan out convention and things like that. and just continually being here for you guys in every way that we can. So that would be what success would look like for me at the end of any term for sure, but at the end of this next term. So I think that's it. Thank you guys for taking the time to listen to all of this. And as always, I'm here for you to reach out to if you have questions or concerns or feedback. And I look forward to hopefully speaking with you guys at the town halls. So thanks so much.